Amir was a young man who suffered from albinism. His father was deeply worried and heartbroken for him, especially during his elementary school years, where other kids would bully Amir because of his very pale skin, snow-white hair, and piercing blue eyes. His appearance was strikingly different, which made him a target. Complete albinism is rare, and in a school full of young, unfiltered children, the teasing was relentless. They called him all sorts of hurtful names: Ghost, the Pale One, and worse. Amir never complained. He bottled everything inside, and his father could see how much pain he was in. In an attempt to give Amir a fresh start, his father would transfer him to a different school every year. But it was always the same. After a few months, the bullying would begin again. Eventually, Amir completed the 6th grade, the mandatory level of education at the time, and his father pulled him out of school altogether. His father owned several gas stations on the highway between Aleppo and Damascus. From then on, Amir would accompany him to work daily, never mingling with boys his age to protect his fragile psyche. Education was sacrificed for the sake of mental stability. Amir, however, loved to read. His father supported this by buying him books of all kinds, and soon Amir had a personal library at home. He would always be reading at work, absorbing knowledge from various fields. His intellect became as strong as his character. Years passed, and Amir turned 25. He was a handsome young man, tall, well-built, polite, smart, but still alone. No girl would accept his marriage proposal because of his appearance. Even his best friend Khalil tried to convince his own sister to marry Amir, but she couldn't get past the way he looked. Rejection after rejection broke Amir's spirit. His father died heartbroken, knowing Amir was still single and struggling. Alone now, Amir continued running the family business. At 35, Khalil suggested that Amir broaden his social circle online, forums, chat rooms, anything. Khalil helped him set up a computer and taught him how to use the internet. Amir soon found joy in online forums. People appreciated his thoughts and knowledge. One day, a girl with the username Narcissus Flower, real name, Bayan, began commenting on his posts. She praised his insights and they started chatting regularly. Amir fell in love. Bayan told him she was 21, studying pharmacy, and from a poor but decent family in Aleppo. Amir was transparent about his appearance, and to his shock, she accepted him. She even praised his looks, calling him handsome and dignified. They began communicating via Messenger every night from 10 to 11 p.m. Amir cherished these conversations. When he confessed his love, she asked for time to think, and eventually agreed to be in a relationship with him, as long as it was respectful and serious. A few months later, Bayan disappeared. After some anxious days, she called him from a public phone. Her father had been in a car accident and was in the hospital. The family was drowning in medical bills. Amir insisted on helping, eventually sending her 500,000 Syrian pounds. Over time, he sent more money, for a mobile phone, for holidays, for gifts, until the total reached over 1.1 million pounds. Then one day, Bayan disappeared again. Distraught, Amir searched for her. He even went to Aleppo, visiting the neighborhood she claimed to live in and the university. But he had no real address. Finally, with Khalil's help, Amir filed a fraud complaint. The police traced the money transfers and confirmed they were received using Bayan's national ID. But when they visited her actual home, they found out Bayan was wealthy, lived in Damascus, and had never even heard of Amir. She was shocked and horrified when shown the transfer records and ID copy. Her ID had been reported lost years ago. Police searched the house and found a laptop belonging to her brother, Muhammad. The truth came out. Muhammad had used his sister's lost ID to con people online. He posed as her, used her photos, and collaborated with his girlfriend to scam men out of money. Amir was just one of many victims. Even though Amir was devastated, he dropped the charges when he realized Bayan was truly innocent. But Bayan and her family were ashamed and furious with Muhammad. Despite everything, Bayan saw how kind and sincere Amir was, especially since he forgave everything and never blamed her. Eventually, her father invited Amir over to apologize, and later to ask if he still wanted to marry Bayan. To Amir's surprise, Bayan agreed. She had come to admire his loyalty, decency, and strength. She realized real love wasn't always about appearances. It was about character. And Amir, despite all odds, finally found the love he'd dreamed of.